That's some big news right now. According to a new Washington Post report, ICE is prepared to spend $38.3 billion taxpayer dollars to build out a vast network of detention facilities in large warehouses across the country to house tens of thousands of migrants in what some critics are calling to be a concentration camp style kind of takeover of warehouses across the country. These warehouses would house tens of thousands of migrants each, accelerate the number of beds ICE has to house undocumented migrants, and well, this will turn ICE detention and immigration enforcement into really a black box. It'll make it harder for lawyers to get access to their clients. It'll ramp up efforts on the streets. You see them pulling out of places like Minnesota saying that Operation Metro Surge is concluding, but that doesn't mean that ICE operations are concluding. Major developments right now, that's your money going to this effort.
So here's a number that you should sit with. $38.3 billion to expand ICE detention capacity, reportedly up to 92,000 beds. Now, I want to talk about what this is, because this isn't a normal policy tweak. This is what happens when government fails for so long that their solution becomes industrial scale. Because, let's be honest, if we had a functional immigration system, clear rules, enforced laws, and consistent consequences, taxpayers wouldn't need to keep paying for bullshit like a detention center build-out that looks like a national construction project. No, we would just need to ramp up enforcement. But not a whole new detention footprint that's the size of a small country's prison system. But Democrats are going to frame this as cruelty. Republicans will say it's necessary, but at the end of the day, both sides will be working behind the scenes to profit off of it. But we should really be asking, how did we let it get to the point where Washington, D.C.'s answer for immigration is to spend another $38 billion and build bigger facilities? Why not just build out that border wall? Why not fix our implementation of the rule of law? Why not? I mean, it only makes sense, right?
Are you aware that ICE is planning 92,600 detention beds by the end of 2026 in a $38.3 billion expansion? 8 mega centers for up to 10,000 detainees each, but also 16 regional processing sites that can hold up to 1,500 of their own. And also 10 existing turnkey facilities where ICE already reportedly operates. Now, reports indicate a potential $80.1 million investment by ICE to convert a 1 million square foot former Amazon warehouse in Hutchins, Texas into a massive immigration detention facility, possibly the largest to exist yet. But get this right, this specific facility is connected to Majestic Realty. Records list that Majestic Realty, which is owned by a very specific billionaire realty developer and GOP donor, might I mention, his name being Ed Roski Jr. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with who he is. If you're not, he's the co-owner of not only the Los Angeles Lakers, but also the Los Angeles Kings as the broker contact on the listing of the Hutchins property. Why in the fuck are we not boycotting the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Kings? Shit, how many owners of any sports teams have invested in these facilities?
Nazi Germany had concentration camps. Stalin's Soviet Union had gulags. And Donald Trump's America now has detention centers, all paid for by our taxpayer dollars, while hardworking Americans struggle to get by. $38 billion is set to go to expanding ICE's detention facilities across our country, while everyday Americans can't afford health care, groceries, or housing. This is unreal that these folks refuse to do their damn job and represent the people of our country.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And what are they doing this for? They're doing it. That's for a lot of people. That is the final destination. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of here at Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Onto the like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Everything we've been saying through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is coming to fruition. And A good cold glass of "I told you so" is always needed in times like this. Real quick, 2 Ezra 15:1 says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people." Who are the Lord's people? He didn't say all people, but he said to his people. Who is the Lord's people? The Israelites. Today, you will be considered the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Our job through the Spirit, through His Spirit, was to go out there and tell you every single thing that He told us to say. That's all. The words of prophecy, which is what to say before it happened. So everything that's being done was said before it even happened. Before it even took place, we, men of GMS, all right, has been speaking about these things for ages. My apostles on down. We came like a broken record, all right? Like a record just stuck on repeat, like a CD that just can't get off. Because it's either something's wrong with the CD or something wrong with this CD player. Either way, this message has been told several times, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true, meaning it was going to happen. All these things is going to happen. All right. So everything that's being played out, consider it a small token of a final warning. Like I said, for a lot of people, being realistically, it's going to be final destination. All right. For a lot of people, I'm not just saying that just to say it, to sound tough and all that. Nah, it's going to be a lot of people's final destination. They are putting too much time and effort to eliminate the Lord's people. All right. And what happened to all the cases of, oh, we're going to fly them out or we're going to get them out of here? Why all of a sudden they're not doing that? Because the intent is not what people think. All right. Just throw you in concentration camps. Your organs, they're money. So they're going to give people the option. And a lot of people is going to take option B. First option, well, actually, option A, actually, I should say that. In order to get out of this facility, you're going to have to take the RFID microchip. Option B, or die. So a lot of people are going to take option A. To fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And who has troubled us? Our own effing people. All right. All our people that look like us, they're the biggest naysayers of anything that comes out of our mouth. Matter of fact, I haven't read that in a while. Spirit, if I get you, Isaiah 30. Nine. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. And that rebellious people, children that refuses to listen to, once again, is you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. When you literally have people out there, Latinos for Trump, and out of all, well, because it was spiritual, because the Northern Kingdom was the first priority in the list. And since the Northern Kingdom was the first priority, they did a fine job. They even had you participate in your own demise, in your own deportation. And a lot of you still think you proud and think you in a good condition. You're not in a good condition. All right? And since you refuse to change your ways, the Lord is letting the hammer loose. All right. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. And that's what they wanted to hear. But our job is not to tell you what you want to hear. Our job has always been to tell you what is going to be. That was it. Our calling was to tell you what was going to be. So all you people that had weak notions in your mind that you was think everything was going to be all right, you sadly got something coming to you. Why would they put all this time and effort to enforce this unruly, evil plot against you the way they're doing it? Because they don't see you for what you are. Matter of fact, they see what you are. They led you to that path. And since they led you to that path, now they got you. All right? Now they got you. And it says, verse 5, second Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, and the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For their wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the pollution of the whole earth was conducted by who? Good old fashioned Esau. The same people that you love and so want to be a part of, that's plotting to slaughter the majority of the people that is wanted. And since they did this, and how they did this is even far evil. All right? This is the most evilest shit that you can ever think of. But like this, hey, everything that's happening to Israel is well deserved, man. It's a long time coming. Okay, is a thing of uncertainty, but it's certain is 2/3 of the nation of Israel about to be depleted. All these ICE facilities that they have, that they're setting up, these warehouses. Right now, I think we're still in a partial government shutdown. Is about DHS. It has not stopped nothing. Don't be surprised, like I stated before, something funny happens when the people that they decide that they no longer want, the supply and demand is going to be there, and then they're going to rev it up even more. And they're not letting loose. They're not calming the situation down. They're just going to move to a different location, catch up where you can, and all the stuff that's happening, which was funny, is that he's pushing. Talking about I'm talking about is Nero, 47. He's breaking people to the breaking point. He's breaking every single law that he could think of, and expecting and since it's too much for the people to react, they don't know they don't know what to do. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of class lawsuits, but who's gonna benefit from it? Right? Human rights are taken away, but who's gonna defend that? Who's gonna benefit from that? Right? And now, if you notice, in order to make into the society, you gotta hit the lotto now. Is that fucking bad, man? It says, I will hold this thus it said, therefore thus saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they have they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them. So everything we've seen, the Lord is about to take revenge for it. Matter of fact, I had this cute. Well, let me finish off. It says, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. That's the first thing that came into my mind when I saw that. All right. The Lord's people has led to the flock to the slaughter. Unbeknownst to them. What do you call it? Politics. They already have, when they taking people's photos, all right, they already have a list of individuals who they're looking for, who they're not looking for. They're just rounding up everything they can. The population, the U.S. population is what, 340 million, they say. All right, the countless undocumented illegals that they have. So that could be like 20, maybe more than that. And they're not sending them home. They're gonna throw their asses in warehouses. And where is the prophets, the other prophets? Why they're not making mention of it? Matter of fact, what's a conspiracy theorist that's out there about the concentration camps? They're nowhere to be found. Alex Skullbone Jones is not talking about this no more. He's for the administration and what they're doing. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. So the Lord's people is going to be led to the slaughter fest. Zechariah 14, I started one. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem. I should have read the other one first. It doesn't matter. Really don't matter. It says, so what? The Lord sending the other nations to come against Israel. Now, the whole ICE thing, they come to find out, was led by the IDF. Okay, it's pretty much like an international joint group. So they coming down hard on everybody. This is no longer what they would call a conspiracy talking points. This is really happening. You gotta love this. It's like prophecies just keep talking and screaming at everybody. It says, "And the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled," meaning that goes into 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. Like when it speaks about they shall take some of them, or take their goods and spoil them. The same thing. That's what happened in history. That happened to Israel. All right, and it's going to happen again. People that set up shop, they set up uh, um, a long-term solution to their problem. They're like, I'm good. This is my new home. They're about to take everything. I always keep bringing up the National Defense Authorization Act because it's not being spoken of no more. Even U.S. citizens are in threats. And he trying to for people that with the birthrights, he trying to reverse that. There's a full-blown racist hatred towards people of color. All right, mainly the Israelites. It says, and the women ravish. So all those years we've been talking about this particular topic, everybody they got their panties on a bunch. When you have ICE agents taking, yes, I'm saying it because it happened. They took a detainee going to a porta potty. I did, man, I don't know. I was maybe a month or two ago. No, maybe a month, maybe more than a month ago. And they show she went into the porta potty and use your imagination, and probably still got deported. A lot of women that's being taken, they're getting deported. Before they get deported, these Edomites are taking full advantage. It says, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity. And what do you think they're going to do to people in captivity? They're sending them in concentration camps. All right. They're going to send forth all these people into concentration camps to final destination, either never to be seen again or come back as a new individual being. This is not going to be like you have a lot of people that's expertise in going to jail. Your expertise of going to jail is going to be thrown out the window. They're about to do something completely different. All right, I see it too. When you read an NLT, it says, I will gather all the nations to fight against Jerusalem, and the cities will be taken and the houses looted and the women raped. Half of the population will be taken into captivity, and the rest will be left from among the ruins of the city. There's going to be a lot of places going to be emptied out. Hey, I live in what? Well, I don't even know the number. It's like 8 million, maybe more. Not too sure how much is in the city itself, but I just only can imagine how this city would be if something like that would happen. The emptiness. All right, the empty city, and those that remain, guess what? They those gonna be the elect. I mean, some brothers might be thrown in the concentration camp. Some brothers might, that might be the final destination. Either way, the Bucks ends soon. Everything's about to be done. Wrap up the story real quick. It says Luke 21. No, yeah, is it 21? Yeah, Luke 21. I saw that 24. It says, man, 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee from to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst forget it. Start at 20. This is history. This is exactly what happened. Set in the thing campaign started 65 AD to 74, but it really took place at 70 AD. Says then let them. Oh, sorry. When thou shalt see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. And the armies was what? The Roman army. The Roman Empire took a vested interest to calm down the rebellious nature of Israel, which were Judah, Benjamin, Levi. All right. So the campaign, which was started by Nero, said, you know what? Enough is enough. We're going to crush these individuals. So what? Which Vespasian, Titus's son, and now other Jake was what? Uh, Alexander. No, he'll come. He'll come. Actually, no. Yeah, it was a Jake that grew up as a Jake who helped take down his own countrymen. All right. And it says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. That was a sign. The Lord gave the sign, like, look, which happened, what, the Lord was, 33? So 37 years he prophesied what was going to happen. So he said, don't come back to the city. And this is the key thing. Yes, we are the Lord's chosen people. But prophecy, every scripture says what? Oh, no, sorry. Not one jot, no tittle, meaning for the smallest word, everything of the scripture is going to be fulfilled. This is what the Lord, and the Lord said what? For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. So it had to happen. So we an exact same point, pivotal point in history once again, with the devil coming down with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. And the difference is, Lakia, the difference is this is the last of it. Affliction shall not rise up a second time. So since this is not gonna rise up a second time, there's no more of this after more. All right. So this final destination. But woe unto them that are with child, and them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and the wrath upon this people. So women and children in that day, that's gonna be the worst position. The worst position, all right, to take place. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captives to all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And we are in that time. The land is being taken. The land is being which has been invaded by foreigners. So yeah, we in some interesting, volatile times, which is all prophetic. All this is happening is prophetic. And just because the Lord's people is going to be led to the slaughterfest or the slaughterhouse, that doesn't mean the Lord is not with them. This is the final destination. Back to 2 Ezra 15 and 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. So, yet the Lord is going to allow his people to be purged, all right, because that's his will. He's going to make a prime example of his people, his property. However, for the elect of his people, he's going to rescue them and deliver them. And that rescue and that delivery, simultaneously, he's going to wipe this fucking place out from the face of the earth. So enjoy whatever you devils are going to have over us, because this is where it all ends for you. 38 billion, was it 30? You said it again? $38 billion?
I'd be asking.
$38 billion spending money to throw majority of the Lord's people into concentration camps. They can't feed the poor, but they sure want to get rid of you. Hey, that being said, shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Shalom.